Xi Jinping! Xi Jinping!
Candles, phone lights, blank sheets. A wave of Chinese civil disobedience. Probably the most extraordinary surge of defiance since the Tiananmen Square protests of 1989. Public frustration boiling over in China as harsh COVID rules extend deep into their third year. Rumbling for about 5 months at isolated locations, protests against China's zero COVID policy have escalated since October the 13th. That's when banners against the country's all-powerful leader splashed across a key Beijing overpass. Remove the traitor dictator Xi Jinping, read one. Food, not PCR tests or lockdowns, read another. The chants of the Beijing protesters echoed in mass demonstrations after a fire ripped through the 15th floor of an apartment building in China. 10 people were burnt alive, apparently because emergency crews were too slow to respond because of COVID restrictions.
I think first is because of the Xi Jinping, the president. We should end his dictatorship. This is why many people died of him. So, but now it's a good news. Is many people getting to realize the president is illegal.
For the rest of the world, it's a journey back to normal life, unmasked and hopefully more routine. For the Chinese, though, it's a life cloistered in stringent lockdowns, even if it's just a handful of cases. The government defends its brute force quarantines, restrictions and digital tracking.
What you mentioned does not reflect what actually happened. China has been following zero COVID policy and has been making adjustments based on the reality on the ground. We believe that with the leadership of the Communist Party of China, our fight against COVID-19 will be successful.
Last month, China tilted towards a one-man rule as Xi Jinping was confirmed the country's leader for a precedent-breaking third term as the head of the ruling Communist Party. The increasing tumult over his government's COVID strategy in particular and censorship on dissent in general could be a political headache for Xi.
It is very different, still very different from 1989, because in 1989, when students are protesting, that there's clear sign that the party leadership is divided. In absolute control, we don't see any sign that some other party leaders are trying to take advantage of this to challenge Xi. Without the clear signal of party leaders, the divisions, then I would expect this kind of protest might not last very long.
Broader political demands for real democratic change may be too distant to realize in an authoritarian system like China's. But the scale of outpouring seems to be building pressure on Xi's government to at least loosen its draconian COVID regulations. With Ankit Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.